Blizzard understands that subscription retention will eventually fall off for Classic after Wrath, as that was the peak for subscriptions in WoW. So they're going to milk the aspiring player base for all it's worth in order to obtain absolute maximum profit. I can imagine they're rubbing their hands thinking about how easily they can exploit the player base using recycled content, and even when it comes to that recycled content, they're somehow managing to fuck it up. An obvious example of that right now is the drums changes, but there's still a chance this can be remedied before the game actually launches. However, it still displays their incompetence. You have to think about how easy this is for them. They probably have a few engineers porting the game over to the Shadowlands client, but aside from that, it's just ensuring everything is the same as it once was on their reference client. They don't actually have to make new content. They're even doing a streamer beta test for maximum exposure now, which I couldn't even imagine wasting my life on, even if I got invited, for the sheer fact that it's a complete waste of time. I would rather prepare on Classic for the real thing, or practice on a private server that actually works, given the state of the beta is terrible. It wouldn't surprise me if they just straight added an item shop into the UI and relaunched the TCG cards for even more money. But then again, those TCG cards require investment and costs. Why bother when they can just put all the TCG stuff directly on the store for a higher price? Spectral Tiger and all the TCG stuff would be there and would otherwise be unobtainable, so why would they not do it? Personally, I don't care if they add all the TCG stuff for sale. I don't care if they have an item shop, because in my eyes, it was inevitable. I was actually surprised it took this long. What annoys me, however, is the introduction of new changes when they can't even properly manage the game. If you want to add more monetization, then at least ensure that the game is functional. Deal with the bots, the gold buyers and the hackers. The game feels like an absolute cesspool at the moment. The fidelity and integrity of the game is non-existent. We're literally just a cash cow for Activision Blizzard to ensure WoW subscriptions remain high so they can continue pumping out anti-fun retail expansions. Now don't get the wrong idea, if it was my way there would be no shop, no boost, no nothing. However, Blizzard is Blizzard and these things are going to happen. And I can live with it, as long as they don't butcher the game. TBC and Wrath will be my last proper WoW experiences, and Blizzard knows a lot of people will come back to relive the nostalgia, so it's just more and more opportunity to monetize. They know that no matter what, people will return to play Burning Crusade and Wrath, regardless of what stunts they pull. They can be as anti-consumer as they want. As long as they don't push it too far, people will pay and play. They have no integrity and no shame because it's all about the money. The passion that built this game is gone, and now all that remains is the rights to the IP and the opportunity to abuse it for all that it's worth. The new mount is in the game to give newer players an easier way of obtaining a 100% mount at the start. So you get a boost to 58, level up twice, and you already have your 100% mount without actually having to pay for it in game. I am assuming you'll still have to buy the training though, however they should not be adding these things to the game, as people have said from the very beginning it's a slippery slope. But as I said, no matter what Blizzard does, people will still play the game for the game. This will be the only time that PvP is actually alive and thriving on TBC since it launched in 2007, and once people have relived it, the desire to play will diminish, the game will eventually and inevitably die, and after Wrath of the Lich King ends, the major success of Classic will as well. You know, maybe when they introduce the reputation boost and the attunement skip to the store, people will start to quit by the masses. Do you guys not have wallets?